What do you mean?
The flaming sphere.
Oh, you
Did you
don't
have
see
one on
it?
it too?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I must have
No, I
got
see
it.
the one. I see the one you have on me, and I think I see
No,
Pazzel's because it's gigantic. Oh, there we go. Now I see.
yeah,
Now I see the one on the sphere.
I didn't have it edited correctly. So yeah, your ball of fire is a torch as well. So I gave it some light. Pazel's
Yep,
got
cool.
her dark vision, and then you've got your light source. And if somebody else happens to have a torch or whatever, I could just copy that and give it to whoever. So now we have a really good idea of what's light, what's dark, what's dim, all that good stuff.
So what's
Cool.
the little sunburst thing? Is that the flaming sphere?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And if that's not too annoying, then we'll go with that. It's
great.
it doesn't really
Yeah,
obscure.
it works. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Are we live?
We are live
Oh God.
Here, relax.
in living color too.
It's still buffering on my Twitch stream.
Buffering.
Have y'all any of y'all seen the new Dune movie?
Yeah, I was gonna totally bring that. I've seen it twice now.
It hasn't
All right,
been
so
released
I-
in my country yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, all right. Go ahead.
But it looks good. However, when I watched the trailer, and in my sidebar, on YouTube to get all the recommendations, this recommendation popped up for like the ultimate guide to Dune lore or something like that. The guy is it's Quinn's Idea. Quinn's Ideas is the name of the YouTube channel. Anyway, so he gives you overarching of all of Dune, like all 6 books, and then he does a video for each book, and it's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's really, really good because I've seen all the incarnations of Dune, but he does a really good job of actually telling the story from the books. And in movies you can't include all the details; it's just impossible, right? Well, he talks about stuff that they don't mention in the books,
right?
And they're little details. I'm like, oh,
they don't mention the movies.
There's stuff in those books that they mention very obliquely. Like it's kind of like all of the characters know this, so none of them talk about it, and you kind of have to piece together the details yourself to figure out what's happening.
Yeah. What I thought was fascinating was, they talk about how, 10,000 years before the first book, they destroy all artificial intelligence and everything is sort of, they force human evolution to human intelligence. Well, they have biological machines too. But like the way the space travel, like folding space, I thought the navigators folded space. They don't.
No,
they don't. The spaceships float, so it's still like a hyperdrive. It's not a hybrid. It's called a Holtzman drive or something. Anyway, the navigators are purely navigators. They're computational machines that compute the path.
But they need the spice in order to do that.
Yeah, they use the
because it takes precognition.
They're like mentats, right? So it gives them the mental faculties to make the hyperdrive computations or whatever. But I thought they were the ones actually doing the folding of space. And I don't know why I missed that detail. I don't think they mentioned it in any of the movies, but that actually changes a lot as far as like how the Dune universe works. It's just stuff like that.
Well, the Lynch movie, the 84 Lynch movie, was the best at giving you insight into the book because it always had their thoughts, right? Mm-hmm. Like you'd have these people talking and doing stuff, but you'd have them thinking, which gave you insight to what was information from the book.
Yep.
The sci-fi version, I just did not like. I don't know if the actors.
Oh gosh, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I loved it, and I especially loved the second one they did, the Children of Dune one.
The Children, yes.
So which has my favorite Dune soundtrack to date, including the new one.
I'm telling you what, this newest Dune version, it's one of my top 10 favorite movies. Like I like it that much, and it's only the first half of the first book.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's magnificent. The acting, the music, I mean, the detail, and again, it's a movie version of a book, so they can't tell you all these things. So you're watching this movie and you see the mentats and you see this and you know what it is, but they don't actually detail. They don't go in saying this is a mentat. They do this, like they did Lynch. Lynch is like, I see the blood on his lips. It's blah 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 because it's Modib is there thinking, inner monologue. which is good for that, but it's pretty hokey in a movie. I tell you what, this new Dune movie was outstanding. Like I've literally watched it twice in the last, what did I say, 2 days. I watched it. No, I didn't watch it today. So last 3 days, I watched it Saturday and Sunday. Love that movie, man. It's so well done. And they greenlit the second half, so they're going to be doing the entire first book for sure. But they're now already talking about doing like all the books. Just
Well, so what's interesting is it's like, Lord of the Rings, the 3 books, and it's this huge story, but it happens within, a
weeks.
countable number of years, right? Dune, books 1 through 6 is 30,000 years.
For
Well, I
the-
didn't know
it's
that. I've
like
never read past the second book.
That's the
gigantic.
timeline of all 6 books?
Yeah,
It,
the timeline of all
it-
6 books is literally 30,000 years.
Holy crap.
It's kind of
gets
like the
weird.
Foundation trilogy. It's like this epic story over this huge time scales.
Well, it's when the first book starts, it's the year
10,000
10,000 and something, right? So it's
10,200.
it's epic sci-fi. It's hardcore futuristic sci-fi, which is fantastic. But I can't say enough about the new Dune movie. I absolutely freaking loved it. I mean, just I'll probably watch it again this week. It's just because again, there's more things you pick up as you watch it more, and it's more deep. It's not details you don't know, but it's details you see in the movie. Especially if you've read it and you've seen the previous 2 versions, like it's nothing new. It's telling the same story, but man, and they've just got superb actors.
Yeah,
just really well done.
Yeah, another thing is neat is in the movies they talk about the Bene Gesserits and the Navigators, right? These 2 human subcultures. Well, there's numerous of these kinds of subcultures, and those are the only ones those are the most prevalent, right?
Powerful ones.
Yeah, exactly. But there's lots of others, and they don't really get any screen time because they can't. It's just there's not enough hours to make that kind of movie.
Right.
But when you watching these videos and reading the books and stuff like that, there's all these other different things that are sort of these human variants, because humans are apparently the only intelligent species in the universe.
Dune and dragons.
Yeah.
So in chat, Rachel is in here today. I don't know if anybody's noticed. She's watching. She still can't participate with us, but she wanted to join us and play along. And also for anybody watching, if you haven't noticed already, we have enabled the D&D Beyond overlay. So if you go to the right or left side of the stream, you can see all the different, all 3 of the characters, and click on them and get all their inner details and character monologues that you don't hear in the books.
You can see just how beaten up Faison is at any given moment.
Yeah. And that's with a +1 hit point. He would surely almost be dead if he didn't have 41 hit points.
This is true.
Last time you guys so I've changed some things. I want to point that out real quick. I've added light sources to things that have light, so it's better for the characters to see what you can see. So the bright light is bright light. The dim area is considered dark, dim light, or dark vision. And I've got this little. I put a lot of work into it. It took me at least 10 minutes. So I want everybody to enjoy all my hard work.
You will never get those minutes back.
No. only in enjoyment will I earn those minutes back.
Okay.
So last week, you guys are still fighting your way through this dungeon, Drakthar's Way. Originally killing 30 goblins ruthlessly and murderously, going down a floor and continuing a murderous rampage for an additional, 10 or 15 more goblins, and then actually coming face to face with Drakthar. Which
I feel like Tarathiel just held a mind knife in front of him and goblins ran into it until they all died.
That's possible. But I feel like y'all just kind of dealt with Drakthar pretty easily. It wasn't as bad as you thought. You knocked him you basically sublimated him, and he took off. And you guys continued to fight some goblins.
It could have been very bad if he'd charmed any of us.
Yes, it would have
Because
been.
there's only 3 of us, so you take one of us,
glorious.
turn one of us, and it's very, very bad.
So I will say, a little behind the screen, there is a section written to give you advice on how to DM the game if all the PCs get charmed. So
Nice.
I had plans for that just in case, but it didn't happen. You guys were just nailing your wisdom saves left and right.
We open up rival bathhouses.
Yeah, right. Go up there and mess up Aurak and take his geyser.
We let our own goblins up out of the Underdark.
And then finally chasing one of the adepts goblins, one of the casters, into a rough-hewn natural cavern. You were bamboozled by a couple of... did I even tell you what those things were?
Dark
You
mantles.
did.
Dark mantle. Oh yeah.
Dark mantles. Yeah.
Fire
They're
hugs.
dead creatures, but dark mantles. The 3 of those. And then we exited combat.
Hooray!
So, what do you guys want to do next?
I think we're getting ready to check this wizard's pocket for change.
Check for loose loot and lint. He does have a little. He's got a pouch with some coin in it. First things first, money. 38 silver pieces. But everything else on him is basically mundane. He's got a robe. He's got he has a focus. If that's something interesting, it's just a little, not quite a wand, but more like a tiny rod made out of subterranean, probably a fungus or, well, mushroom fungus. Yeah, it's a fungal rod.
No spellbook?
No spellbook.
A crappy excuse for a wizard doesn't have a spellbook on him.
One that hides it, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that kind of gets his head eaten by weird cave creatures.
Yeah.
You should talk.
My head's still attached.
You spent a quarter of the last session with your head wrapped up in a cape.
It's true. It's true.
It was fantastic.
Both in game and on the screen.
Yeah, specifically.
I still have it just in case there's more of them around.
You still have your dark mantle
background.
Yeah.
Oh man, no. Yeah, Greg, loot everything as we go back upstairs.
Okay,
Stop,
so you guys
don't ping that. I don't know.
Well, I'm pinging to show you your edge of sight. It's kind of new. So you see the edge of Khaldoon's continual flame ring going to about the 20 feet line. This is going to be a little misleading because corners don't produce light and blah, blah, blah. So figure that out. But you see pretty far down into, I don't know what all I've revealed, but let's make sure I reveal everything you see.
We've seen to here.
Then you continue to see to there.
Very good. Very good.
Let's make sure that's open. Yeah.
Tarathiel ever takes up vigilantism, he's going to go by the name Dark Mantle now.
Dark Mantle Duck.
The headless beast.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Darkwing Duck. Oh, such a great cartoon.
Really
and the
is.
bubble gum that sticks to your shoe.
Did you guys see the new DuckTales?
Yes,
Oh.
so good.
Yeah, they brought it back,
good.
and it's hilarious.
Amazing.
Yep.
All right. Do we want to go further into the cave or go back the way we came?
Up. I need sleep.
So your ball of fire only had like a round or two left, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much expired. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna move it because I have a feeling it'll come back again.
Mm-hmm.
What is this patch?
That
Does anyone
is
remember?
not a dog. I don't know what is that.
That's a pit trap.
I don't know, but I can climb under it.
It is a mistake. Whatever it is, it shouldn't be there. I don't know if it was
Was it bats?
maybe is that the bat? No, I don't know. It's not there. Delete.
Okay.
I did a lot of work. Maybe I placed something there by accident. You're lucky Pazel's still alive.
She has put on a little bit of pounded.
She got bigger.
Yeah, she's increased in size to medium.
She's had I guess a bunch of time to like eat creepy crawlies while just kind of waiting for us to finish.
Yeah,
she did spend half of the last session eating cockroaches.
Yes,
it's true.
Just imagine Tarathiel coming around this corner and Pyzelle's flying the other way, and they just both have a moment of like, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, Farazan walks up toward Kelder and it's like, I think we should head back upstairs and regroup.
Let's regroup. Okay. I guess we can check doors on the way out, right?
So the funny thing is you guys have been down here less than 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when
Bursts
time
of
dilation
activity.
of combat.
Yeah, but when you're being repeatedly hit in the head, it just feels like forever.
So the plan is to head back upstairs.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Give me just a general direction that you'd like to follow.
Up.
I guess. Yeah. Up. Do you mean upstairs? Well, that's not helpful.
Back to the stairs.
So if we go, I'm going to just call it west.
That's fine.
For this little elbow here, we can check these doors on the way out.
Can we do? What's the little pathfinding trick in Roll20?
I don't know. You'll have to ask the
click
professional.
And right click and put one hand on your nose, and that's it.
You mean like this?
Just like that.
Yeah, if you bring up the ruler tool, every time you right click, it drops a waypoint.
A lot of waypoints.
It's confused.
It's just kind of wandering.
Little hungover.
I guess the only thing is I want to stop and pick up caltrops on the way out.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean,
those things are mint.
We don't have to go step by step, but just give me a general idea of which direction. Do you want to backtrack down this hallway? Do you want to climb up this 10-foot ledge, or this 10-foot ledge is a 5-foot ledge? Okay. And that'll get you back to the caltrops. If that's the way you want to go.
Fine by me.
I think so, only because Tarathiel wouldn't have any idea of the layout of the rest of things, so he wouldn't even necessarily know that things are going to connect back up.
Okay. So you take off. I mean, I know you're not just leaving your friends behind, but you take off. Follow that path and get back to the barracks room with all the beds, and your caltrops are still there. Mm-hmm. Did you step on it as you walked up to it? I mean, because that's very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
But no, you find them. You do the magic Dulafu word, and if you are wanting to, they pop back into your pouch.
The magic word is that Tarathiel opens the pouch and says "in" and points.
All right. Well, I'm going to walk over here.
Okay.
Farazan sticks next to his source of light.
Pyzelle going with you?
Yeah, she's flying along right next to me. She's with me.
All right. So you are standing in front of a closed door.
Open
the door to your south. Open the door, and there are. Let me open it. There are 4 little mats on the ground.
Little mats, not big mats.
Ratty mats, not my size mats, like bedding mats. Goblin-sized dirty beds on the floor, and 10 feet across the room, you see another door. This shows that it's closed, but it's actually open, because these guys were hastily closing it. This thing is gonna piss me off. They were hasty in their leaving their rooms to get to you guys, so that door is open. I promise it'll show it. There you go. And it looks empty. It basically is empty, but it's apparently another living quarters for these nasty goblins. Except in this room, it's kind of a larder, but the food's long gone, rotten, no good. Most of it's half-eaten, probably by the goblins.
Probably.
Probably.
The way you say
probably. And the warg.
That's a safe assumption.
All right. Down the hall and to the intersection.
Wait on me.
Stop running.
I kind of imagine that Drakthar has spent the last month trying to train these goblins into closing the damn doors every time they go somewhere.
Cleaning up their own poop.
Yeah.
Wiping their
and
feet.
I'm not just projecting my experience as a parent. Because children and goblins are pretty similar, I'm pretty sure.
I played the
Trathiel, what are you doing in this meantime? You've definitely had time to pick up your caltrops and move on if you like.
I guess at this point he's probably wondering where everyone is.
Marco.
Well, I said I'm going down into this hallway.
Okay. I guess then I'll just move out here and kind of wait. I'm going to hang out by the bottom of the stairs, but I'm not going to go upstairs until everyone else shows up.
All right. So at this point, you see his light edging through this T intersection to the north above you.
Okay. I prepare to throw a psychic knife in case it's not.
You absolutely should prepare that action.
Then I kill Pozella as she comes around the corner.
Oh, very nice.
Sorry.
Pretty easy kill. Not much XP, but do enough of them, you'll go up a level. Keep some of the familiars.
It's like 10 gold for every XP. I don't think.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
So maybe we found a loophole. Conjure familiar, you kill it. Conjure familiar, you kill it.
10 gold, yeah, but 10 gold per XP is pretty high priced.
That's a long road to level 20.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's an XP, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's singular.
So, anything in these two rooms to the north and south?
North and south, you see some familiar bedding.
Bedding, okay.
It's obviously goblin bedding, ratty straw and poop. And it's not clean. This area it looks sort of pristine. There's graffiti and excrement and just goblin bleh everywhere. The only place you did not see it, and I'll ping it, is that first chamber you came into. That place was pristine. It was untouched by goblins. But these two, to the north and south of you see the bedding in both areas.
Okay. To the end of the hallway.
You are at a T intersection, which you're familiar with, and a door.
Open the door.
Open the door, and it is a larger room that obviously at one point held many, many goblins. Yeah, it's empty at this point, but you can see eventually. There you go. You can see all the different beddings, almost like a goblin warren. Not almost. It is a goblin warren. It's just bedding everywhere.
I thought it was a map.
Yes, little mats.
Little mats and big warrens.
Turn off Discord. It's beeping at me. Okay.
I think if we move the mats around and line them up all the way across, do you think they disappear and take some of the crap with them? Like Tetris? No.
It looks like it's already set to fit those bottom two in that L shape.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you have inspiration?
Let me check the stream.
I think we do, actually.
Yes.
I forgot to click on it.
All have
There we
inspiration.
go. I inspired myself.
I don't. I spent mine.
You get it back.
Yes.
I know we're on our way out, but I'm going to walk up here and open that door.
You open that door to reveal. I'm going to do it polygonally. Is that
Polygonally.
Is that a
That's
word?
good.
No.
It's
It is now.
quadridecahedron. It's a circle.
It's like skeletal and aluminium.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
boy.
Oh, no. Close the door.
So open this door, and inside what you see is a stone basin nearly half filled with clean water. The tip of the basin is ornately carved, and water pours into it through a mouth of a smiling dwarven face carved in the bas-relief in the northeastern wall. Otherwise, it's empty, and you see the door to the south. Can you see that?
Not really. You revealed like a circle.
It is a circle. The room is circular, and there's a door to the south of that, in the southern part of that room.
Oh, okay. So the basin is just a quarter circle in the corner.
Correct. Yeah. like a fountain. It's a fountain in the corner of this circular room.
A Gygaxian fountain. In other words, you don't drink it.
Or you drink it all and go to 20th level.
Drink it.
Okay. All right.
I want to see what happens when Khaldun has a gender change.
The room itself looks very similar to the rest of the rooms, the rest of the Warren, crap and graffiti and blah, 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 and all this different stuff everywhere, except the water is pristine. There is nothing in the water.
I wonder if this is a drain from the bathhouse.
You would think that would be bloody right now.
Oh, that's true. Very true. We've dyed the water.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
If my calculations are correct, yeah, it's off center of the bathhouse, right?
So this northern end of this hallway, is that just a dead end?
So at the very, very end, I didn't move your light. How dare me? You actually are standing right in front of the door, right? To open it.
Yeah.
10 feet on further south or north, excuse me, you see a large stone head from a statue. It looks like it's been broken off. It's obviously a dwarven head, and it's lying in the rubble at the end of this tunnel, at the end of this hallway.
They break it off the wall?
No, it doesn't appear to come from this area.
So
you
someone
don't see a statue with it.
They just kind of dumped a head.
Yep.
Oh, the head of a statue, not like it was on the wall and they've chipped it off the wall.
No, it is a full 3-dimensional head that looks like it's been detached from a stone statue.
It's like somebody's been bowling down this alley.
Pretty much, yeah. Very much the feel you get from it. It's the nose is chipped a little bit. A couple of the other edges are worn off and chipped off. Besides
I just got a flash of Indiana Jones and the head like rolling down the. Like this is not good. This is a really long, 5-foot wide corridor.
Penitent man shall pass.
All right. Well, that's interesting. Well, I guess we head down. You want to head back down toward the exit?
Okay.
Yeah. Do we want to? There's a few there's a door here. There's a door here. Should we continue to just clear this place?
I guess we can. I'll step in and
I think there's a door over here.
Yeah.
We'll
just loop through on the way through.
It's hard to tell what I have and haven't revealed. So if it looks like there's a door, let me know.
There's a door. It's just
there's a door.
Here, right?
Don't know what's beyond it.
Yeah, you're in the round room. You're in the fountain room, and there's a door to the south.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's closed. Oh, okay.
It's closed. Yeah.
I'll go open it.
Open it up, and it reveals that room that you saw earlier. That's got a couple of some bedding in it.
Is it? It's black beneath the door.
I'm working on it.
Oh, okay.
And you open the door, thoroughly look inside with your light, and you see the entire room, with another door on the far end, the eastern end. It looks closed, but that door is open.
Yeah.
And this looks like some more of the Warrens. This looks like the home of the goblins. Looks like it would probably house 60 total.
Can we call it 30?
Stacked.
They're bunk beds.
Yeah. You killed 30 up top. You've killed at least a dozen more down here. So you've put a hurting on the goblin goblin to human ratio going on down here.
All right. So I'll walk down through here and then down to this room.
Can we see the rest of the fountain room?
That's it.
I think that's the whole fountain room.
It is a circular room.
Oh.
And because it's circular, I had to do like a polyagonal revealing, so it doesn't quite show everything. Let me try to open that up a little bit, give you an idea. But it's a circular
rooms for rent sign upstairs.
You might want to get some cleaners down here first.
It's like John Wick. You just give them 1 coin each, and they take care of everything, right?
Yeah, it's amazing how that economy works.
Economy works. It's like Bitcoin, right? Everything costs 1 coin.
Right. Go get the Bitcoin.
Have the whole. Yeah, I'm going to the shops. Where is the Bitcoin?
Here, have my coin and give me everything I ask for, or 2 coins and give me nothing.
My source of light
will
left me.
investigate this fountain while the other two continue on.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Perception. 11.
11. Looks clear.
Yeah.
Clears the water that's in the basin.
Yeah. Stick your face in. Use it. Forget the life straw.
I'm sure this is the source of the geyser water, right? Every time he says geyser, the levels drop a little bit.
The infinite supply of water in his side satchel.
Yeah.
Khaldun, I opened it up, that room. That door to your east is closed. But this is, again, more bedding, more warrens, goblin warrens. Let me move your light along with you.
I'll go over there and open the door.
Open the door. Let me open this up.
Tarathiel, stand still. You're making me
I have
nervous.
ADD.
More warrens, right?
You open it up. Yep, there are 4 mangy pallets against the 4 walls, and it stinks. And there's another door again to the far 10 feet over. To the far 10 feet over.
All right, open that one.
Last time I stood still, something tried to eat my head.
Yeah.
You open the door, and this room is a little different. Opening it up for you. Inside, it's much cleaner. Still funky and nasty. There is a cauldron in the corner, the northeast corner of the room, with smoke rising from it.
Mm-hmm.
In the opposite corner stands a table covered with clay flasks and jugs. Give me a perception check.
Mm-mm.
All of us?
Nope, just Khaldun.
Okay.
Do better.
5.
5. You see what you see.
It's a bathtub. It's a goblin bathtub. It's never been used.
The cauldron is actively, there's a fire under it. It's actively has been being used. And you, Khaldun, being familiar with certain things, arcane and whatnot, it's very obvious that this is being used to brew some sort of magical concoction.
Cool. I'd like to take 10 minutes to cast as a ritual Detect Magic.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
Laying down on 4 of the mats.
You have lights. Roll against disease.
Yeah, no. I just monitor the door as much as possible with the light source being behind the door, or being in the small room there.
Okay.
Doing magic dance thing. I guess Tarathiel will keep exploring the rest of the place then.
Okay.
What's going on? Check out this one.
Khaldun, as you begin casting your spell, Tarathiel heads out to check things out. A goblin looks very familiar, wearing the robes and has an obvious magical focus, was hiding under the table. And as soon as you started casting a spell, it attempts to bolt out of this room.
Does that come in within range of my staff so I can use my reaction on him?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Goblin stopping stick.
My goblin stopping stick. Okay. How about one of those? Is the 24 probably good enough to hit, I think?
That is a hit.
All right. Excellent. Pure instinct. Aw. Yeah, only an 8. 8.
Can I grapple him?
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously going to stop your spell, but Farazan, what was your total damage?
8 points of damage.
8 total? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You clock it. It's obviously bamboozled. But yeah, Khaldun, you can attempt to grab him. I don't have the. There we go.
I don't have the good grab table up.
I didn't have my natural 1. So yeah. So this goblin
Yoink.
was hiding on the table. When you walked in, you didn't see him immediately. You were paying more attention to the cauldron in the northeast. And sensing some magic, you start to cast your detect magic. And as soon as you start casting, the thing just bolts past you. Farazan clocks it upside the head with his gigantic staff, and you grab him right as it gets hit. You have him definitely in your grasp. And he's not fighting. He looks terrified.
The way I see this is the goblin runs past Farazan, smacks it with the stick, it lands flat on its back, and Khaldun just puts a foot on him.
Stay still.
Yep. Precisely.
Okay.
So he's struggling, but he's not fighting struggling. You know what I mean? Like, just jibber jabbering in goblin, trying to weasel free, but he's not trying to cast. He's not being offensive. He's not trying to hurt you.
Oh, he's being offensive.
I just sigh heavily
because scent. That's about it.
He broke my concentration.
Mm-hmm.
And drag him into the room.
Okay.
Which is just taking a step back.
That's fine. He's resisting, but it's kind of half-heartedly. It's almost like he's resigned to his fate of death. He's already been slapped at one time by this giant in front of him, waiting for the handle to come next.
It's a bit like Kevin Hart trying to resist The Rock.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just imagine a hand on the forehead. It's like swing it.
Yeah.
You just pick him up by the head.
So this one's robed.
Yeah, he looks like he looks very familiar to one of the other the other two other casters you've seen. No, one other caster. Sorry, you've seen one other caster.
I'll take his focus.
Okay, pat him down, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You take his focus. He doesn't want. It's obvious doesn't want you to get his focus. Yeah, he's just like, and he's shaking his head no, but he releases. Pat him down. He's got a couple of potions on him. Okay. Otherwise, he's got his robes and nothing else. And a pouch. He's got some change on him. 32 silver in his pouch. As you sit there and count one coin at a time individually, trying to figure out exactly how much money he has.
You see 2 potions.
2 potions, his focus, and a small ratty bag with 32 silver pieces in it.
Okay. I point at the mat and say, sit.
It looks at you, kind of gets the idea and lays down.
All right.
Or sits down on the mat.
And I will continue. I'll start my casting again.
Okay.
Farazan looks down at it and kind of, points at, gives him the, don't you mess with him this time.
So does this one seem rabid like the other ones?
He looks terrified. He doesn't have that feral anger. Now, that feral anger that you saw was only in those up top. The ones that you've been fighting down here have been, they've been aggressive, but they haven't had that mindless anger that you witnessed in the bathhouse.
They've been better equipped as well, right?
Yes. And there's some differences. Some of them look more well-trained or well-suited for one-on-one frontline combat. Others have bows and arrows, and they're wearing lighter armor, darker armor. It looks like they can hide better in the corners. This one obviously is a caster. You've seen the other ones cast, and he's got his focus, which you've taken. So there's a couple of different kinds of goblins. There would be like a skirmisher, a sneak, and an adept, if I were to give them specific names.
Just pulling them out of the
ether above me, because I'm a creative dude. Mm-hmm. But that's the 3 different kinds you've seen. The ones that you fought up top, they were all skirmishers. They were all the fighter types. They weren't sneaky. They were. I guess you've seen a 4th one, the one that was riding the warg. He was tough looking. He was definitely a leader of the pack.
He was a piñata.
He was set on fire, if I don't remember. He was also suspended, so he was a.
Yeah, he was stuck to the web, but the warg escaped.
Yes, yeah, left him behind. So, Farazan, you plan on just kind of holding still and keeping an eye on things. Tarathiel, tell me what you're doing.
I guess I'm checking out these rooms. I'm looking around for like secret doors or anything that feels off about any of these rooms. I don't really want to dig around in goblin beds.
Yeah, because they're full of snot and poop. It's just
yeah.
every end.
And the chances that like the things that a goblin would find precious and might try and hide in their beds are things I don't care about.
Snails. Yeah.
Exactly.
Is this another door?
No, it's not. It's just
okay.
Me sucking at opening areas.
Okay.
So I guess like checking the major areas, this area and this area.
Okay, I'm going off your passive perception, which I think is what 13 or 14,
13,
and
yes.
Going through these rooms, looking at the bedding. It's obvious there's not much to it. Nothing really sticks out. But you don't really see anything out of the ordinary in these areas.
Yeah. If I think I've explored that whole kind of wing, then I'll come back and rejoin the others.
Okay. That was a minute of your life. So y'all are hanging out. Let Khaldun finish his thing.
Speaking of hanging out, Finder of Paths and Stars says hello.
Oh, hey. Hi. Is he in the chat?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, I don't have. Oh God, there's a lot more talking than I thought. I had it scrolled all the way to the top. I'm like, nobody's talking in there. Cool. Well, hello.
Lots of people.
Yeah, there's quite a few here tonight. Yeah, Thanks for showing up.
Cowart got here a little late, but he is there.
Oh, we know if Cowart's not here, it's not a show. So glad to have you with us.
And Shelly.
Shelly's here.
Hello.
How's it going?
So you guys wait for Khaldun. 10 minutes pass. Nothing happens. The spell goes off. And immediately Khaldun, the 2 potions you're holding, and actually there is a liquid in the cauldron right beside you that is magical. But nothing else in this area besides what you already know is magical. That makes sense.
Does it look like they brewed a potion? It's like prepared to be bottled kind of thing?
Yes, absolutely. That's what it looks like.
Can I grab one of these clay containers on the table and bottle it?
No problem.
Right. Stunk. Is it enough for just one potion?
It is a single dose, or it's a potion of invisibility.
Oh,
where'd it go?
Okay.
Yep. And so basically what you glean from the cauldron, even though it's a large cauldron, it's not exactly, you have to pour the top off and blah, 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 and get all that crap. So you basically get one potion of invisibility. And looking at the 2 that the goblin was holding in his, on himself, he also has a potion of invisibility as well as a potion of aid.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Now it's only single person. It doesn't hit everybody, so it's a singular.
So it doesn't cast aid.
It gives one person aid. Yeah.
Okay. Still good.
Which one is aid? Is it?
It increases your hit point max by, assuming it gets level 2, by 5 hit points, and heals you 5. That would be good for you.
Yeah.
Any healing. Now I want to say that you guys have forgotten, or whoever's got it in their possession, you have that fungal vial that refills daily. Now granted, remember it does require you to put, quote, the amount of money's worth to create the potion, but you can be creating potions on a daily basis. Not to where you can pour them out and have like a hoard of them, but you can fill that flask up with the cost of just raw ingredients that you find adventuring. I'm not going to make you like collect crap for it, but I will require that you take the gold away should you want to create a potion in that fungal flask. So when you found down in the Malachite Fortress?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So just keep that in mind. I don't think anybody's actually taken the time or mentioned that they wanted to create a potion out of it, but I don't want you guys to forget you had that as well.
I've got it. Is it? I can't remember. Did we test to see if it could be? You could brew the potion and then put it in a different bottle.
That's what. Yeah, you cannot do that.
Okay.
When you drink it, it works. If you pour it out of the fungal flask, it loses its magic. It has to stay in there. Okay. So essentially, you can create one a day, and if you use it, you can create another one the next day. And it takes you put the ingredients in, and over a day, basically 8 hours, it creates another potion of light healing, the 2d4 plus 4, or 2d4 plus 2.
It's a smoothie blender. You stuff mushrooms in it
Yeah.
and shake it up.
Pretty much. Yep.
Healing potion.
I see Farazan walking around with his little blender bottle, just
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, you just lick the bag and you think you're healed because you're high on acid. Or
He's like
mushrooms.
Brad Pitt in Burn After Reading, just always hydrating.
He's so good in that movie.
He's got creatine and mushroom juice.
Anyone else feel wildly uncomfortable knowing that they had invisible staff?
I don't. I feel great about it.
There could be a wizard right next to me, and Tarathiel will just like smack out a hand.
Yeah. Now he goes crazy. He's like,
Which direction do you smack?
all of them.
Just here.
Roll the hit.
Oh. Hang on.
With disadvantage.
Yeah.
Seeing as how he did it with a fist, it'll be an unarmed strike. That is a 10 to hit.
Oh, you miss whatever is there.
So I
Yeah,
would have done
he's-
0 damage
like-
anyway. It does 1 plus my strength modifier, which is -1.
Oh,
There you go.
I want to fight you in an octagon.
Tarathiel punches ineffectually at nothing.
I just see Tarathiel just swinging wildly, like getting paranoid as hell. Because
Yeah.
there's a cauldron of invisibility potion 20 feet away from him.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's a full cauldron, and you don't. Bleh, I can speak. You can only make one at a time, so it's okay. It's okay. There's only
No, but-
one.
Yeah, but how long
then-
have they been brewing it one at a time?
That wizard guy had one.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
the little goblin did.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
right,
I
right.
guess we'll take Mystico here, and I'd like to double back to the pool and see if the pool happens to have any magic.
Up the round room? Okay.
Yep.
You step up. No.
All right.
No magic anywhere along that path.
All right.
I
guess-
Can Tarathiel tie up our prisoner?
Okay. Give me a sleight of
Uh,
hand check. Give me some sort of roll so I know what he would have to beat to
I
get
think
out
it's
of it.
I think it's typically sleight of hand.
Use rope.
Yes, I do. I have rope, so I will use rope.
I think use rope is what, 2nd edition?
But
Yeah,
it's a-
rope
it's
use.
a-
It was rope use. Yeah.
Rope use. Yeah, there you go.
And that was a
rope use.
percentage. Sneaky check. Yes. Give me a sneak.
I feel saddened by the lack of percentage checks that are actually worthwhile doing. When they're
What's-
like, oh, it's a 50% check, roll a D100. I'm like, why don't I just roll a D6 and do 1 to 3? Like,
Yeah, well, D20 is basically 100% 5 points at a time, right?
yeah, and that's why I kind of want like, where's my 23% chance of pulling something off? let's actually utilize the whole space.
I'm pretty sure I had a 98 or a 96 or something like that in a percentage chance in something in my 2nd edition character many moons ago.
You know, as a kid, you'd be surprised how many times I rolled 1800 on my fighters. It was shocking how many times I could roll 00 on 100 percentile over and over and over again. I don't know how I did it. It was
It's more
amazing.
than 1%, I think.
Yeah.
It works out as a 12. So it turns out with only 8 fingers, it's difficult to tie knots.
Speaking of a D100 roll, I rolled up a Grig character, the little
Fairy folk
cricket
things.
looking
Yep.
fairy folk. Yeah. There was I don't know, it was like a 95 or higher, and you got the Grig that has the magical fiddle that can cast Tasha's hideous laughter or whatever it was. And the DM was like, all right, roll it. And I was like, oh, this is going to be impossible. Boom, double lot. Like, yeah.
Too bad you
So,
have one hit point.
I want to do a thing, but by the rules of the game, I can't. So let me pitch this.
All right.
Tarathiel has an ability called Psi Bolstered Knack. It comes from his Scion kind of background. I can basically expend one of my psionic dice to add it to a skill check if I have proficiency in the thing, which I do, but I have to have failed the check. So I don't know that it works for opposed things. But in this case, I would kind of like to use some of the psionicness to help with tying a knot, which would make it more difficult to get out of.
So I think we kind of briefly talked, maybe it was off air, but, how do you know if you fail a perception check? Is there failing things? And if it's an opposed roll, then it's not really a pass or fail until the other roll is made. So, rule of cool, yeah, go ahead and add it.
All right.
If you read the description of the ability, the failure thing lets him not expend a die. So it's sort of like it's conserving his resource. So it's what you just did is you said, okay, well, you can choose to expend the die.
To use you're using the resource.
Yeah. And that's fine because I'm typically getting to the end of the day and not having used all 4 that I've got.
Okay.
That'll add to it, bringing it to a whopping 14.
All right. So he feels
get out of that.
I am a benevolent GM. This is true. You've weaved some psychic energy into the rope and it's tightened a little bit, tighter than you had it originally. Goblin looks pretty secure, snug. I forgot. Do any of you guys actually speak Goblin? I keep asking this, and I feel like somebody does, but
I do not.
No, I have a psychic connection to 2 goblins upstairs, and we can understand each other without sharing a language, but I can't speak it.
Actually speak it. And Farazan, you don't either, do you?
He only speaks Gnomish and Giant outside of Common.
I think I've told you about my character who could only speak Halfling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never came up. All right, so you finished casting. Khaldun has gone up to this fountain room, detected no magic. You've got a tied up, psychically ropey goblin prisoner. What's next?
I guess head back down. I guess we can check this door on the way out, I suppose.
Sure, you can do whatever you like.
There's a couple down here too.
Oh, there are, aren't there? I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's an opening down there. There's another door at the end of the hallway. A couple other areas you haven't quite checked out yet.
All right.
Actually, that's the end. Not the end. You've pretty much explored everything else to the north. All the north feels opened up. You've just got these southern areas to take a look at.
And Farazan's gonna take charge of the prisoner and kind of trail along behind Khaldun. So.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
Farazan's passive perception?
Yes.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's 13, Chief.
Okay. So you're heading south. Which way are you going first? You going to this area or are you going down the hallway?
Let's go ahead and do that one.
Okay.
So I'll put myself in front of it. There we go.
All right.
Are we bringing the prisoner with us?
Yeah, I think Farazan said he's collaring him.
Do you remember the last time Farazan took care of a prisoner?
Yep. It was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything turned out for the best.
It did. All right. You said you opened the door or no?
Yeah, open the door.
Open the door. Open the door into a hallway. Goes down to the south about 25 feet. Goes around a corner and you see another door that is closed.
Who designs these places? Good grief.
Dwarves.
Yes, this is very dwarvenly designed.
With surprisingly few traps. It's a definite improvement over the Jadarain.
The gnomes? Oh, God.
Yeah.
And,
how about a paranoid
secret
people?
passages.
Or really well hidden secret passages.
You said you opened the door? Alrighty. You do some fanciness. Stink. Stink. Bam. There we go. Did that open up?
I think so. It's a 3x3 room.
Yeah, basically, there's just some rubble in the top northeastern corner. Well, this says southeastern, but the map's all screwy. Southeast corner of this 15 square foot room is partially collapsed aside from the resulting rubble. The room appears empty.
It's got a notch like one of those new MacBooks.
Just like that. Had no idea the dwarves actually designed the MacBook.
Now I know who to
And
blame.
this passageway to my west is a dead end.
Yeah, it's collapsed rubble.
Okay. Well, go over and open this door.
Come on, little guy. You're staying with us.
I have concern that somewhere down here is the lair of a very angry vampire.
Open the door to what's obviously a T intersection. You see another door 15 feet over, and the passage continues south.
I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on notice. If we run into a vampire, I'm throwing this goblin at it.
That usually works.
Good plan. Feed it.
Eat it.
Maybe it'll be less cranky.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, Farazan, do you basically have this thing on a leash? Is it you pulling it along 5 feet with you?
No. Pushing him in front. But
Okay, where is he then? Because you got 2 people in front of you.
Yeah, you guys moved on me, so he'd be in front of. He'd be 1 step in front of. Yep,
Oh,
there you go.
In front is weird in 5e since there's no facing.
Okay, he will be flanked by Farazan
Everybody.
and Khaldun. How's that? Permanently.
Okay.
Imagine you're pretending to be a horse and he's the head.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
And since I intend to use him to appease a cranky vampire, I'm going to call him Snickers. Come on, Snickers.
Don't worry, Draxar. You're just angry.
Just angry. Yeah.
All right. I'll step. Yeah.
Goes about 15, 20 feet to a crumbled hallway.
Open the door.
Open the door. Phenomena. Open the door, and as you do, there is a goblin who has his bow drawn and shoots at you as the door opens. Everybody roll initiative.
Cheer up, it's not that bad.
Yeah, you got about twice as many hit points as Farazan does. Oh,
yeah, but your max is about twice as much as Tarathiel, so we should be okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Just hide behind a goblin, you big wuss.
Did anybody get above a 20?
Yes, natural 20 for a 24.
Hooray.
All right. I think it's the first time that's ever happened. You get inspiration. Anybody else 15 to 20?
Yes.
Farazan, what you got?
19.
19. Khaldun, what you got?
10. Let's see. Where's Pizzelle? Pizzelle's got a 9.
All right. So, Tarathiel, you're first, but you are surprised in the surprise round because they heard you, but you didn't hear or see them.
That's right.
So, you do not act. It is their turn. This one backs up, which I think I'm wanting to think is 3.5, but I do think you can still take an attack of opportunity. I don't know. During a surprise round, if you haven't acted, I'm not sure if you can or not. But
if we are surprised, you cannot take reactions.
Okay, so you cannot react to him moving away, just 5 feet away from you to get a better line on the shot, and they both take a shot at Khaldun. First is a 15.
Miss.
Second is a 21.
Hit.
All right. You take a whopping 3 points of damage as it bounces off your shield. That was their surprise round. Farazan, it would be your turn, and then Khaldun, and then Pazel.
Mm-hmm.
You were all surprised. It is now round 2. Tarathiel, you're up.
It's like, I guess from where I'm standing, I hear an arrow ka-chunk into Khaldun.
Yeah, you hear some goblin chatter. You hear 2 arrows twang, and you hear Khaldun cussing in some sort of weird abyssal language.
Yes.
Okay. Can I fire around this corner, or am I going to need to go into the room? It's fine.
So, because Pazel is an active combatant, you cannot keep in the same place as him.
He's tiny. Yeah,
oh, that's right. He's tiny. Yes, you can. Go ahead. I forgot.
So I can stand there, but can I throw something around the corner?
You can get the one in the back. It's got a little bit of cover.
Get this one.
Yeah, the one in the front, you don't have good line of sight on that.
Yeah, that's all right. Actually,
Hey, bada, 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 bada.
I will take a cunning action to hide.
Charge around the corner and duck.
Poof.
Well, I'm kind of sticking to the shadows so that he doesn't see this coming.
There are no shadows. You are in bright light.
I'm in bright light.
But you have a corner, so you have something to hide behind. You're good. You're fine.
24 stealth.
That'll do.
That's massive.
Farazan's
unimpressed because you're standing right next to him. You're just like crouching, going.
Farazan loses track of me somehow.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I gotta throw a dagger.
All right.
Psychic blade. 25.
That is a hit.
A total of 18 damage.
It dies immediately.
Yes, exactly.
Good chunk.
We've got
psychic
them.
dagger in the eye.
I mean, just like dead.
It's brain dagger to brain.
Would 9 have killed it?
Uh,
Actually, don't tell me that because we're still fighting the other one.
Why do you ask?
I'm wondering if it was actually worth the hide, but
Oh, I see. Yeah, you have no idea.
Yep.
I will tell you. So Khaldoon's light does shine past where they're standing. They're on a cliff edge, overlooking what's opens up into the passageway, and you can't see the floor from where you guys are. So it's definitely gone deeper, and this is like a roost above it. Definitely a hiding spot. Anyway, so Tarathiel, that was your turn. Are you done?
Yep.
It's a sniper's
Right.
nest.
It is Evil's turn, and he nopes the hell out. Fails his athletics check.
Breaks an ankle.
Broken
And
leg.
this takes a little splatter damage. It's not too bad. And he's knocked prone. All right. Farazan.
Did you hear that sickening thud? All right. Let's see. He will. I don't know where I would have put the goblin. He would have been in front of me, but kind of off to the side. One over, one down. I guess. Yeah. There you go. And he will hand the rope to Tarathiel as he runs past.
So Tarathiel can't technically grab it.
That's fine.
Right? Because
this is
in the middle of combat, he just acted and attacked and hid and all that good stuff. So he's not really paying attention. What I'm saying is, for him to take control of the rope, I would ask for an action.
Okay.
Can you throw it over my shoulder and I'll grab it as a reaction when the goblin runs?
It's unfortunate. It kind of wraps a couple of times.
Yeah. 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 In that case, Farazan will say, "Do you need my help with this one?"
I don't think so.
All right. I'll cover our flank. So I will hold.
No holding.
No holding. I will. What?
Prepare an action?
Yes, prepare an action. If something attacks me, I will attack it back.
That's an excellent plan. All right. Farazan. Khaldoon, it's your turn.
I will step up to the ledge. Can I see it down there?
You can now.
What else can I see?
You see the cavern. Basically, let me open some more for you. It's a lot of what you've already seen. This is dim, but you've seen all this.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't have that detail before, but that's cool. He's prone. How far down is it roughly? 25?
20 feet. 25 feet.
That's a pretty good jump.
Yeah, he took a tumble and didn't tumble.
He did a half gainer into the floor.
Yeah.
He still has the bow. I cast Toll the Dead.
Okay. That's a saving
Wisdom
throw.
13.
Right? DC 13 wisdom. Fail.
I mean, he's not very smart, not very wise, jumping off of a 20-foot cliff like that.
Yeah, well, he just saw a bright purple light murder his friend, and he just had no idea what's going on. So he's like, nah. Screw this.
Okay, 1 point on necrotic.
He gets a blister.
Yes. Sure.
All right. Anything else?
Nope,
Khaldun?
I'm done.
Hazel, anything?
Um,
Poop
What
on
you
the
thinking?
goblin.
she is going to. I am thinking about moving her over here,
Mhm.
just next to me,
All right.
and that's it.
All right. Top of round 3, Tarathiel. It is your turn.
Tarathiel will move up. I guess, can I stand where this dead goblin is?
Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult terrain. I'm going to move it out of the way so we can move.
Yeah, that's fine.
Kick it off into the floor down there.
Yeah, Tarathiel will kick it off the ledge. He's not strong enough to do that, to be honest. He'd probably just break his ankle.
2 for 2 in broken ankles.
I know. I'm gonna throw a blade at this dude.
All right. So it's prone, which technically gives you disadvantage, but I think it's crazy if you're above something that's prone for
I'm
it to
throwing
have.
directly down onto it,
Exactly.
but I miss
So
anyway because I rolled an 8.
Okay.
Well,
Let's say
I
it's not
rolled
gonna be
it. I rolled a
disadvantage.
2 for an 8.
Oh. That is definitely a miss.
Because
Because you had disadvantage, because it was prone, it was much harder to hit. Because
Alright,
it wasn't
alright.
dodgy.
I still get an offhand from my. That's a 25 to hit.
25 is better than an 8 and a hit.
Splatter.
7 damage. I don't think technically I get sneak attack on that, but if you want to give it to me, it's 15.
No, it's 7 more, but when you hit it with your other purple light, it stops moving.
Okay.
How's
And
it
you
going?
see a couple of nests, goblin nests in this area. Funky still, dirtiness, excrement,
This would be a
excrementines, maximus.
good spot to watch the passageway from.
Oh yeah, that's a nasty little murder hole.
Yeah, if we had come down to the end of that cavern there, they would have.
You would have found out.
Yeah.
Can Tarathiel see down the cavern from his
Can
angle?
we see further down here?
Yes. It is, I'm going to reveal it, but it's just more cavern.
Can't see any coffins or anything.
No coffins immediately.
Coffins, phylacteries, horcruxes.
Can we tell based on like, I don't know, wind currents, temperature, humidity, whatever, whether or not this is close to like outside?
Not close enough that you could tell.
Okay.
You don't sense anything, but it is definitely still going. You can see the declination lines. It is still going downwards. It's declining further down into the mountain, into the volcano.
You'd have thought a volcano would be full of tubes.
Mine, I guess.
What's this place? All right, I guess we'll move on out, loop back around to the front.
I have no memory of this place.
Oh, hang on. I need to roll.
Because I've never been here.
Well, I have. I've been over here.
That's true.
All right, I failed my concentration.
For
So I took 1 point of damage.
I know, but what are you concentrating on?
Detect magic.
Oh, that's right. Good on you for remembering, because I did not.
All right. So I guess we'll just loop down the end of the hall and check this door.
Do you want me to go? There's a door.
Yeah. Why don't you do it? You're better.
That is a open passageway you pass. So let me get that open for you here.
Oh.
Or open. It's an open doorway into a room. As you walk by, 4 stone pillars support the ceiling of this square room. Half of the southwest pillar has broken away. See how it's a little darker? That's art.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And collapsed into a heap of rubble. Rows of 1-inch diameter holes are bored into the walls, and a few contain splinters of wood.
What is it? Rows of
holes. Of 1-inch diameter holes bored into the walls. And few contain
the kind that poisonous darts
wood.
come out of.
Yeah, trappy to me.
Yeah.
So what it does resemble, and this is, I just realized what I'm describing. the splinters of wood. It looks like these are old shelves that were inset into the walls.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
okay.
Yeah,
an IKEA floating shelf.
It's a cell.
Yeah. There are 3-inch deep holes, and as you look around, you can see that there's tatters of scrolls. Nothing viable, nothing legible at all. Looks like this may have been a library at one point.
A library?
Yes, library. Oh,
Tapestries.
you know what? Speaking of library,
Exactly.
speaking of books,
Uh-oh.
Khaldun, your passive perception, the goblin, completely failed to tell you, the goblin that was in the cauldron room does have a spell book. Sorry.
Okay. All right. I'll just write down Gob's spellbook.
Yeah. The library
It must share. It must be communal.
Basically. And it's looks like some sort of weird stretched hide over some subterranean, again, probably some sort of fungus with scratchings on there. It's kind of hard to read. I mean, it's not going to have any problem technically, like game mechanics wise, reading it or understanding the spells, but it's in Goblin. It looks just rudimentary at best, but there are a few spells in here.
There's poo all over it.
It's held together with natural adhesive.
Excellent.
Ew.
We check that dough.
That's reasonable. Yeah,
Go
let's
down
check
to the
next one.
door. Oh, that door? All right.
Yeah.
Open it up into a narrow, short hallway that ends in rubble.
Fire-breathing goblin.
Fire-breathing dragon goblin.
Oh.
Not much to it.
Okay.
Don't give him ideas.
I wish if we had a top-down view of this place, we could see if this matches the other tunnel.
If only.
It's a real shame that we don't.
If only we had some sort of skill in dungeoneering.
You know, you
Yeah,
can take calligraphy or cartography. Hey, you can take calligraphy too if you want.
Yes.
But cartography will
I
help
believe
mapping.
The
it.
legend will be beautiful.
Exactly.
I was going to say
No map,
Fezan
just a
does do calligraphy, right? I'm pretty sure.
He's got painter's supplies. He's
Oh,
proficient.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Is there a
Just,
cartographer set?
There is.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
cartography. Yeah, it's actually got some neat abilities if you look at it.
Yeah.
It actually allows you to fill in the blank of dungeons based on your knowledge of archaeology. Well, I guess archaeology, but
I
Architecture.
find
architecture.
the tool proficiencies in general seem to get underused a lot.
Yeah.
Like, people tend not to look at them.
Yeah.
They are very cool.
Only tool that is used is the thieves tool.
Thieves tools. Very occasionally you get like the dice or the cards or something. To
Yeah.
show up in a session because the GM thinks it's cool.
That'd be more like role play kind of thing. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think Farazan made good use of his painter's supplies that one time so far.
Yeah, the mugshot.
That was pretty cool. That was worth inspiration.
Hooray.
Tarath will trust a kick in the door and just dislocates his knee.
Good.
Then rolls an intelligence check and realizes it's not locked.
All right, yeah. The door opens out, which is a violation of a health code, let me tell you.
You open the door. And
Oh,
It has a
gosh.
star.
That's
That's not good.
That's a statue.
Is it missing a head?
Typically, that's a statue. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have inspiration?
Yes.
Open the door. 4 pillars support the ceiling of this room, each pillar carved to resemble a dwarven warrior clad in full plate armor. At the far end of the room stands a decapitated 7-foot-tall statue, its stony hands raising a massive warhammer. The statue probably represents a dwarf, a headless one, but its head is nowhere to be seen. I could have read that. An ornate stone brazier stands before the altar. The walls are carved with bas-relief of dwarven artisans at work, but they have been defiled with excrement and crudely painted images of goblins stabbing the dwarves in the backs with spears.
This is the equivalent of drawing mustaches and horns on them, isn't it?
Are they signed Murd?
Yes.
Snurk?
Apparently, I didn't read that in the past.
Uh-oh. The book broke Matt.
Oh, that's great.
That's so funny. All right. So you got dwarves.
Oh, that's great.
Goblins,
Should we?
dwarves in the back. There's a doorway there. You couldn't quite make out at first until you stepped into the room.
Should we put this dwarf's head back on?
I think so. It would be the respectful thing to do.
How big is the stone head? Is it basketball sized?
About the size of Farazan, right? Because it's 7 feet tall.
It's a 7-foot statue, so a large basketball, like an overinflated one made of stone, solid stone.
It might weigh 100 pounds.
Yeah,
pounds, something like that.
About 100 pounds. Farazan could easily tote it back up. And if that's the plan, in doing so, you go grab the head, no problem. Come back, stand beside it, and you put the head on the statue. But it's obviously been rolled down that hallway several times.
They've been bowling with this thing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it doesn't stay on. Like it obviously it is the head that belongs in the statue, but it no longer has enough surface area on the bottom to stay on as the neck, and it just falls off again, or would fall off if you'd know it before letting go.
Yeah, we're not just gonna let it go. Let it fall on the floor.
Would mending make it stick?
Ooh,
absolutely. You could mend it with just rubble that you find in the room. You could mend the actual head back to the statue if you wanted to. Take you a little bit of time, maybe 10 minutes. Because it's just casting over and over again and mending the small areas. But yeah, you could mend it back into place. I would ask you if you had inspiration, but I know you do.
I do, because you gave it to me.
Yes.
All right, so I'll take a few minutes, grab some rubble and jam it in there, and
okay.
Yes, Mohammed.
Take 10 minutes. Anybody else do anything? It's going to require you, Farazan, holding the head in place to help Khaldun mend the head back to the statue.
Okay.
In the meantime, Tarathiel, looks like you're going to a door.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to pass
the worst that could happen.
Tarathiel, could you mind the prisoner for just a moment while we take care of this?
Sure.
Stick Pazel right there.
Yeah, she's with us.
Yeah. And put you right there.
Case, I'm not gonna kick open a door while I'm responsible for a prisoner.
Okay.
So I guess Tarathiel will check out the pillars and the bas reliefs and try not to get too close if they're particularly gross.
They're just covered.
Who's gonna have a look?
They're just covered in crap.
Just covered in poo. That's
just crap. Farazan, about halfway into what would be the total 10 minutes, it's fixed enough to where you don't have to hold it anymore.
Okay.
So he's still working on it. He's still casting, mending, but you no longer have to hold it in place for it to continue.
Okay. The brazier, that's does it have a fuel source?
It's empty.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's an empty brazier. There's nothing in it to light.
Okay. All right. In that case, Farazan will walk back over and take the leash from shoot, what the heck is your name? Tarathiel. It's like,
is this a dwarven god? Can any of us recognize, perhaps?
Give me religion checks.
Religion.
Even if we are not proficient.
Yeah, I mean, you still have heard of certain religion. I mean, just casual knowledge of religion. Sure.
No, I haven't.
15.
Nope.
This one's gonna be good. Yep. 5.
This is what'd you get? 13? Is that what I heard?
15.
This is a statue of Moradin.
Oh, okay, it's Moradin.
This is a dwarven god, the dwarven god.
Yeah. So Gelv, not Gelv. Oric may like to see this.
Yeah.
Maybe not in its current state. He could geyser it to clean.
Geyser. Well, you definitely appreciate the fact that it's got a head again.
Yeah.
All right.
We should have picked up the side quest before we completed it. So
yeah. Well, you can still go fix it. Won't be worth half the XP. Tarathiel, you're itching to open this door.
Yep.
Door is open. It goes down a hallway into a open area.
And bigger room.
Yeah, a little bigger of a room. 15 by 15. This looks like it was at one point a priest's rectory. That's been looted years ago and just again full of goblin presence. I'll just call it presence from now on. Who's
Essence of Goblin.
Essence of Goblin all over the walls and floor. It's not very nice.
He does this and then shuts the door on their way out.
It's to save the essence.
It just doesn't seem right.
I believe that would be Murd.
Yes, Murd. Definitely.
Murd was definitely there.
Tarathiel adds some essence and then shuts the door quietly on his way out.
That's funny.
That is, without doubt, the third grossest thing I've seen down here.
Khaldun, you finish up.
All right. Okay.
You have a fully restored 7-foot statue of Moradin.
Nice.
Very nice. And no joke, if you didn't have inspiration, you'd have it now.
There you go, Mr. Moradin. Well, as far as I can tell, we've kind of poked all the holes. Unless there's something that we've just obviously missed.
Well, the passageway that you saw going to the southeast.
Oh, the big cave, the gaping hole in the side of the mountain?
Yeah, it did continue on south.
That's where the vampire went.
Go with your first instinct.
Yeah.
Also, eventually magma, right?
Yeah. Red hot burning magma.
Magma.
You can't do the little finger thing with only 2 fingers. I'm missing that.
Magma.
It doesn't go that far. That's the edge of the map.
Huh.
So you think?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're not going to get backstabbed by any near goblins, right?
Maybe we should backstabbings.
Crawl out of the hole.
Defiled with excrement and crudely painted images of goblins stabbing the dwarves in the back with spears. It just makes my night.
Please, someone draw that.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, stick figures and all.
I'll give you $1.
A drachma.
You can have
solid drachma.
Actually, I do have a source for drachma, right? I got one already, so we could send them to fans that send us artwork. I want a beholder in a dress with Hulk arms. And, pictures of dwarven bas-reliefs with goblin graffiti.
From the point of view of an artist, a goblin artist, so like weirdly tribal yet stick figure.
It's an artistic challenge.
Yeah. And I'm guessing you're hauling the goblin with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We can add it to our collection upstairs that Auric totally didn't murder, right?
Oh, can you imagine being this goblin and with the 3 of you walking up 2 or 3 flights of stairs into a house of carnage, murder, and absolute horror? I mean, you guys are like Jason, Freddy, and the Cenobites all mixed in one to this thing at this point. Hellraiser?
No, not a Hellraiser fan?
Oh, no, I've never seen it.
That's okay.
Yeah, my imagination's active enough. I don't need horror movies to help me along with that. Trust me.
Your imagination's better than that movie.
I like Pinhead.
I like the first 2 movies for sure.
Pinhead is cool. The movies are not cool.
Oh yeah.
You heading up to Auric's place?
Yeah.
All right. And look at those dead bodies.
That's like marks on the side of a plane or something.
Of an X-wing, yep.
And you see Auric. He is out and about, still cleaning. Again, well, it's been about 30 minutes now because you've taken a couple of 10-minute bouts to cast spells and whatnot and just general examinings. You've been down there less than an hour for sure. So he's still using his geyser to wash blood off the floor into the large central pool, and still piling up bodies. So yeah, he's still doing awful things with blood and flesh.
We could maybe get the cleric in to purify that.
Don't worry about it. I'll drain it out.
Yeah, but I like to bathe here, so no offense.
Does he have the little pool net where you can kind of sift the things, the floating bits off the top of it?
Like the bugs and,
Yeah.
and
Can
hair.
skim the top of the bath.
Yes.
Gross.
What'd you find?
We found a Temple de Moradin down there.
He's like a mid guy. He looks over at you down
It's,
below.
Yeah, it's looks like an old dwarven barracks, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, there's a Temple de Moradin. Now the goblins have kind of messed with it, but it's a Temple de Moradin.
His brow furrows like he starts to get angry.
Yeah,
Have you-
you definitely want to save some uses of that Geyser thing for down there because it's gross.
I can do that. I can do this all day.
Yeah, you should probably send that with one of us so you don't get more angry.
Huh. No, that's all right. I'll hang on to it.
Okay.
He kind of eyeballs you, looking
Yeah.
up.
I'm just saying the things that they did were not respectful to the artwork on the temple.
Well, are they dead?
Yes.
Good.
Except this one.
He's got one by
Yeah.
the leash. Here.
This one's a wizard. Hopefully, we can get some answers out of him.
Did I ever show you a picture?
We also
of Oric?
Yes.
Yeah.
You did. But show it again anyway because it's cool.
Shazam! There he is. Okay.
Where he is?
Did it show up?
Nope.
Oh no.
not on my side.
Is it on the GM layer?
No, it's on the token layer. I'm gonna leave it up for a second. Maybe it's taking a second to load. Come on, it's a cool
I
picture.
do see his token. Yes.
No, there's
We don't see his
close up of his
portrait.
face with his eye patch and the gem on it, and it's cool.
Well, obviously, I'm failing at Roll20 at the moment. So maybe later. All right.
Okay.
We'll put
Post
it on
it-
the Discord.
yeah, put it on
You
the
should
Discord.
totally come to the Discord.
But yeah, it looks like an old dwarven barracks or facility or something because there's lots of large rooms. They look like barracks. There's some storage rooms.
A library.
There's a Temple de Moradin, and looks like a volcanic. Some tubes sort of like swept through part of it. Oh, and there's a vampire.
He looks at you like incredulously, not really quite believing your story at this point.
I mean, we
All right,
totally
all right.
killed it, so it's gone now. Don't worry about it.
It turned into smoke and flew away.
Again,
See,
looks at you.
totally dead.
Don't feel like he's quite getting that you're telling the truth. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
obsessed with trying to get Oryx's face up on this thing. It's not helping.
That's okay.
All right. So
was that
try that.
Drakthar? No, Drakthar was not the vampire.
I
was
think
he?
so. Yeah.
He was
Drakthar's a hobgoblin.
Yeah. Hobgoblin vampire. That's how he charmed you.
He tried to mind control me at least
Geyser.
one time.
They tried to bite him with like sharp, pointy teeth.
Well, if what you're saying is true, did you kill it?
It turned into smoke and flew away. I don't know. I don't know much about vampires.
Sounds dead to me. Sounds like you set it on fire.
I mean, technically speaking,
No.
it was already dead because vampires.
I
Anyway,
did set it on fire. I did set it on fire.
Turned to smoke, flew off. That's what Ash. Excellent. I would like to finish cleaning my bathhouse first, but I would love to see Moradin.
We can
If you're saying it's clear, I'll check it out tomorrow.
we can take you down. There may be things there that we did not see or find. There's
Like-
always the
Yeah.
possibility that they were hidden.
Hidden things. All right. All right.
maybe your dwarf and I will find them.
He eyeballs you. I'm half blind. I'm not dumb.
No, I mean, you're more used to seeing the stonework of the dwarves and how they work, and
Geyser. He continues to clean.
yeah, Geyser.
Yeah.
Guys, we should go have a lie down.
I think that would be a good thing.
Get a taco.
And a turkey.
So at this point, it's barely after 1 o'clock, maybe 1:30 at the latest. Oh no, because you guys took a short rest, so it's pushing 2:30, somewhere in there, maybe 3. It's in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You guys are absolutely wasted. Khaldun, you've used every spell you have. Farazan, you've used every trick in the book. Tarathiel, you're fine. But
let's keep going.
I mean, you say that, but I've used half of my psionic power for the day, which is more than Tarathiel has ever used before. So he's probably not feeling great.
Yeah, so got a headache.
You've strained your resources. So all of you are at your wits' end, exhausted from combat, even though it's only been a couple hours. Well, it's been a couple hours. Yeah. You need a long rest. Is that what the plan is?
Yes.
All right.
Do we take the goblins? Okay, let me say this as Farazan. Should we take these to the guardhouse?
You're talking about you talking to me?
Anyone who will listen at this point.
Are they just going to murder them?
How many goblins do we have?
You still got some up in one of my bathrooms up top, tied up. There's 3 living.
Okay, so we have 4. We have 4 goblins then. We've got a wizard and 2 fighters.
3
fighters.
Thanks for not
plus 2, 4. 3, sir.
Murdering the ones that are stuck in my brain. Thanks.
Yes, got these 3 goblins up here as well, and they're unconscious still, but they are tied up, and you've got the goblin caster with you.
Okay.
And if you wanted to, you could easily deliver them to the guardhouse, which obviously is open all the time.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Farazan will ask Oric, do you have a cart we could borrow to carry these unconscious things to the guards?
No, afraid not.
Guess we can wake them up. We got water.
Don't have a cart.
Dunk.
All right.
Farazan, you could just grip all the 3 of them.
I was gonna say that he's
just carry them.
It's like a 6-pack.
Yeah. Just what is it called when you scruff a cat or something like that? So just kind of scruff them all with 2 hands. Yeah.
Pick them up like a baby kitten, just by the nape of the neck.
Yeah. So he'll pick those up and hand the rope off to Tarathiel, and then let's get this over with.
Well, then we will get this over with next week.
Excellent.
Okay.
Hooray!
Good time to stop. Y'all need a rest. Got some things to do up out of the pit. So yeah, we'll pick this up next Monday. So that brings up an interesting thing. I think Jamie mentioned this earlier off air. Time is changing soon. So quick discussion. Are we going to stick with 9 o'clock? Mike, is that all right with you?
Yeah, that's fine for me because all it does is move it an hour later in my day, which makes it actually easier.
Okay.
But I don't mind.
Okay. So then we will stick with 9 p.m. Eastern Standard non-daylight savings time starting next week, which also reminds me, I've been meaning to do this for a while. I have not announced it because I didn't want to take the time to do it because I haven't had the time, but I got a good 3-day weekend coming up. So also starting next Monday, well, it'll actually fall on a Tuesday, I am converting all of the YouTubes into podcast, which will be available.
Audio.
Huh?
Audio.
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 All the episodes will be available, and they're tiny. Ripping from YouTube makes them, they're like 30 megs. They're not very big at all. But all of the episodes that have been recorded so far will all dump all at once on Tuesday. And then from there on, the episode that records on Monday will be released the following Tuesday for people that would like to listen rather than watch. Barring technical difficulties, everything should start going next week.
Awesome.
Cool.
Are we doing our own podcast release, or you include it?
Feed?
Yeah.
It will have its own feed.
Okay.
If all the stars are in alignment, and I can get with the rest of the guys in the Back Patio Network to help me understand how this works. But yeah, everything should go up, have its own feed, and be separate from all the rest of the podcasts and the Back Patio Network. So hopefully that will be done right. We'll see. It's new technology.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh, and I'd like to know, how did the overlays? Is that something we want to keep going? Is that interesting? If not, we'll take them down. I don't know if they're distracting or not. I haven't had a chance to do anything with them because I've been playing DM. But let us know, if you like them, if you don't. Otherwise, we'll continue on as we have been.
Yeah, I think.
Thanks for joining us.
I think I mentioned it or I asked about it in the chat a few times, and everybody said it was showing up well. So at the very least, it was there.
It is or isn't showing up well?
It was.
Good. Excellent. Yay. All right.
I've just realized it's got the little lock at the bottom, which means it doesn't immediately disappear as soon as I try and hover over anything.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's way better. Way better.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Lock.
Oh, hey, there's a lock.
But
cool.
if you're seeing this in YouTube or even listening to it in podcast form, you miss out. Yes. You should definitely come and watch it live.
The only way to see the characters is to watch it live on Twitch.
That's right.
So there's a little incentive. Thanks for joining us, everybody in the chat. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Had fun.
Catch you then.
Have a good evening.
Right.